All right, weirdos. It's time to sit down and settle in. Welcome to Exploring Thoughts with Susie.
And Melly. And let's start that clock.
45 minutes.
Started. Oh God.
So, it's been a year.
It has been a year.
It feels weird to be back.
Well, I mean, welcome back to us, but definitely welcome back to the audience because
Yeah,
we
I mean,
missed you guys.
we really did miss you guys, and it's just been so long.
It has been a while.
I mean, what is different?
I think there's a lot different. A lot happens in a year. But let's start with the podcast, I think.
Yeah,
We're back and things are gonna look a little different.
we're raw
We're unfiltered.
and unedited.
Yes.
So, we're going to see where we go from here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
She's very excited. And listen, it is kind of like an exciting thing, but you guys, I'm very like
She's very
structured.
structured and critical.
Yeah. And
So the perfectionist in her is dying right now.
yes, it is. I'm a little scared, but I'm sure with you here, I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So literally we're back and we're ready for more, but this time we're going with the flow.
Yeah, we're not gonna have like a topic per episode. We're
We're
still gonna be exploring our thoughts. I don't mean to
yes.
cut you off.
No,
And we're still gonna be, exploring our thoughts just on the everyday, on ourselves,
and just exploring everyday problems, you know? I feel
Yeah.
like there was a lot that we missed when we were just talking about topics,
Yeah. Because we'd spend a lot of time researching that topic,
which
finding
was
things.
fun.
It was. And listen, I love our podcast. I loved how it was
Yeah.
before. I wouldn't have agreed to do it if I didn't love what the idea was.
Hmm.
But the whole aspect of it kind of just being two best friends, sitting in in a
Like
studio.
literally just exploring our thoughts. I think
Yeah, I
it's
think
fun.
that's a fun concept. So that's kind of what the structure of the episode's going to be. I mean, we're still going to do little mini deep dives.
Yeah, here and
Where
there.
we're still going to be weird and out there. It's just it's going to be a little bit of everything.
It's different now.
Yeah.
So, besides the podcast, tell me, Melly, what has happened since fucking May of 2024?
Oof.
Whew, that's a
A
long
lot.
time.
Okay, a lot has happened, but there's one big thing that happened, and it happened not too long ago, actually.
Drum roll, please.
I'm getting married.
She's engaged.
I mean, you guys remember we did a partners episode where we brought, our prospective partners. He was just a boyfriend
He
back
was just a
then.
boyfriend back then. That was right.
Yep, and now we're set to get married October 31st,
Ooh.
2026.
Halloween,
Yes,
baby.
I am so excited. You guys know about, my previous relationship and, kind of just the struggle there. And
The shit show that
yeah,
was.
the divorce was
Sorry
bad.
about that.
But, I'm so much happier now. My life looks a lot different. I've also been employed.
Yes, she's a
I'm
working
not
lady,
just in
y'all.
school. I'm also working, and I love my job, and it's good money. The both of us are making good money now, and life
Oh yeah.
looks a lot different than it did just 1 year ago.
Yeah, that's so true.
We're doing more. We're feeling more fulfilled. I didn't think it was possible for me to feel as good,
Yeah,
and it feels as good.
that's awesome.
Those are the two biggest things that have been happening with me over the year.
I feel like that was a lot of growth. A lot of
Yeah.
growth and a lot of commitment from
Yes.
both of y'all. Like for real, for real. But for real, she literally works in a huge office and she's like front desk. Like she tours me around her office and I'm like, what the fuck? Like you got coffee here, you got a
Got
whole desk.
coffee.
Like, damn, you fancy as fuck. I love
Yeah,
it.
we
I love it for
managed,
you.
me and my coworker managed 61 offices,
Do you hear that, y'all?
different businesses, not the same business. That's pretty cool. We know that we do good,
Yeah.
It feels good to own that.
Y'all should definitely feel like y'all do good. I met your coworker, and I think
Yes.
she's super cool. She's super nice. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
love
I love
it.
that. I love it. I love this for you, bitch. You're gonna get married and you have a job and y'all making
Yeah,
money and like
yeah, right.
it's
Next
like
step, moving out.
it's like a breath.
Yes, a
Yeah.
fresh air, man. It was a struggle there for a little bit, but,
Hmm.
and we never lost sight of each other in that
Yeah.
struggle, which was, I think, the most rewarding that I had a partner to go through this with because I've done the marriage thing before.
Yeah.
I've done the commitment thing
And it
long
was
term, and it
never
was
like this.
just never like this.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. What about you, Susie Boo?
So, I cannot say I'm getting married.
Eh,
I'm already engaged. I cannot say I have a job
bro,
because I'm a
you're a
stay-at-home
mom.
mom.
That is a job, bro.
Okay.
That's a
So not a lot of things have changed in
24/7
my
job.
life. I'm gonna go ahead and add Lewis into the picture as well because I feel like he has grown a lot
Yeah,
and that has helped us as a whole and as a family to
yeah.
get like closer and like just achieve more, I
Mhm.
feel like. Um Not to put all his business out there, but he is um technically sober. We're not gonna put the little puffs in there.
Yeah, we
But there was a
keep the
lot of
puff
shit that
puff.
he was doing that he should have not been. And he is sober since September of last
Yeah,
year. And I feel
that's
like
fucking
that's a lot.
awesome, man. Very
That's a
proud of
lot.
him.
Yeah, very proud of him. And I think that's like the biggest change. It's not even mine, but that's like the biggest change.
Yeah, but that
Besides
directly
that,
influences you as well.
yeah, I think so as well. And like I think besides that, I have done a lot with myself.
Mhm.
I've like grown a lot within. I've like allowed myself to be openly weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes.
it's freeing.
Yeah, it is freeing. It is very freeing. And I feel like I'm like trying to let my creative side out. I've been writing a book. We
Yes,
sort of
she just,
started
bro,
getting into that.
y'all, she just dropped this shit on me. She ain't telling me nothing till a couple of fucking days ago. And I was like, what?
It's been a couple months in the making, but I wasn't like I don't know, satisfied with it, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. But now that I'm rereading it and like, exploring it, I see that it's actually kind of good. I sent it to my mom. My mom also thought it was intriguing, and for my mom to think
Yeah,
it's
I was
something
gonna say,
intriguing
okay,
was a
cool.
big thing.
Mm.
So yeah, that's that. I'm just kind of opening myself. I feel like there was a lot of growth within this year for the
Yeah,
both of us, and I feel like that's just it feels nice to grow and change. Isn't that weird?
it is. I was just, I think I was talking to my coworker about it the other day. I was like, I used to wake up and be like, okay, again,
Here we go.
like here we go.
Hmm.
But now it's like I wake up a lot happier, and
Yeah.
it's almost like, and I don't want to sound like ungrateful or anything,
Hmm.
right? But it's almost like sometimes my mind like misses that feeling. Like I don't know if it misses it, um, but it's weird to not have it,
Hmm.
you know, because I'm like feeling a little guilty that I'm feeling so happy and
You're so
so
used to the
healthy and
chaos that when happiness
exactly.
comes, you're like,
Exactly. I'm like, what?
"Where's the catch?
Where's
What's
the
going
catch?
on?"
Because
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the other fucking foot to fall,
yeah,
and it just not happening, and my life just continues to get better.
yeah.
And I'm not saying that my life, evolving, hinges on being with the person that I'm
Hmm.
with,
Hmm.
but he contributes a
Yeah,
lot to
yeah.
that, and I'm just, it's crazy.
It feels wild.
It does. It's a
Yeah.
weird feeling, but I want to hold on to it because I like it.
I
I like
think
that feeling.
I think you gotta not forget that you do deserve good things because when we live in a chaotic, traumatic experience that is our life,
Yes.
it's hard to be like, "Oh, I'm actually supposed to be happy," or "Oh, things can just go my
Go,
way."
yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
You're allowed to
I'm happy with
feel the
that.
happiness. Like
That's big.
let yourself do that,
Yeah.
you know. Because I think that's important.
It is, and it's just so easy to take for
It is. And I feel like we
granted.
forget to do stuff for ourselves, which it's like I feel like this is going to sound weird, but I feel like it's so easy to be happy that it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
Hmm.
like when you wake up in the morning and you're like if you want to, if you're trying to be better, this is things that I have done. Like I try and find the small things to make me happy.
Hmm.
that sometimes I look at it and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, why am I so happy about this? You know, like
Mm,
it's almost like that whole aspect of this simple thing shouldn't make me so happy. You know, like the little things, like just having a moment of peace in the morning, or
yeah.
seeing Danny really happy in the moment, and just like I really take those in now, and it like makes me feel good about my life and about everything around me. So it's like
I guess it
sometimes, yeah, I
like
don't
would
know.
make it more memorable also if you take the
Yeah,
time to enjoy that moment that you're experiencing.
yeah,
It almost like would leave maybe a bigger imprint because you
hmm,
focused on the moment and now you have that to pull from to
yeah,
add to your happiness throughout the day, or if you're
yeah,
sad and you're thinking about that particular moment and you're like I feel better.
yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like we really have to try and do that.
I should do that. I mean, I think I do,
Hmm.
but I dismiss them because I'm
Yes,
like, oh, I'm just nerding out. I'm sorry, and I apologize for them.
yes. So that's why I'm saying it's hard.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm nerding out.
Hmm.
I'm gonna probably bring her up over a lot,
Yeah,
but my coworker, I apologize to her all the time because I
yeah,
like say something weird or make a weird noise, and she'll match my energy. She's fucking amazing,
yeah.
but I apologize all the time. She's like, Melly,
Yeah.
stop being sorry.
It's like you
You're not
start feeling
doing anything.
uncomfortable.
And I'm like, she'll ask me, sorry for what? And you're like, I don't know. She's like, exactly.
I don't know.
I
I'm sorry.
don't know. It's just sorry for being weird. And she's like, no, you're fine. And it's like a learned behavior that I'm trying to kind of come out
Yeah.
of a little bit. But I think like I acknowledge them. I stay in the moment for those things,
Hmm.
but then I'll apologize immediately.
Yeah. I feel like that's that whole like taking space thing. Like we're so
Hmm.
afraid to take space and
Yeah.
like so afraid to be like weird. That's what I was saying earlier. Like I feel like it was a lot of growth within me because I'm like less scared to be weird. And I feel like that's where we gotta find that. Like fuck it if you're fucking weird. Who cares?
Yeah.
Man, fucking be weird.
We are a couple of weird bitches too.
We are very
Yeah,
big
I like
weirdos.
that. I like that. See, like that,
See,
shit
I
like
mean,
that.
yeah.
I'll apologize for.
Don't apologize. Just fucking flow, baby. The fuck.
All right, so a lot has gone on in the
Hmm.
last year. I wish we could have a conversation with the audience.
Yeah.
Like what has been different for you guys?
Yeah.
What does a year look like? You
Leaving it
know,
in comments,
yeah,
please. I
do
want to hear.
please let us know. We want to catch up.
We do. We missed y'all for real, for real. Like goddamn.
I okay, I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about it
Okay.
because I brought this to Susie a few months
I don't know
ago.
what she's talking about.
Yep, she already knows what I'm talking about. I asked her how she would feel about doing the podcast again, but she wasn't ready.
No,
She wasn't ready, and I can respect that. I did. I
she
didn't
did.
push it. I
She
didn't bring
did
it up
not.
again. I said okay, because in my mind, I'm like, when she's ready, she'll let me know.
Yeah.
But she knew I've been wanting to do this back again.
Yeah.
And it's not that she didn't. I'm not saying, oh, I wanted to. She didn't. Okay? That's not what this is. I'm just saying I wanted
She did. She
it.
did want to.
And then fucking, I don't know what happened. It was not even like a month ago that this happened.
Yes, we've been planning for a little bit now because about what, 3 weeks ago
Yeah,
now?
she fucking we were talking about something and she goes, I don't know if this is the right
Time
time
to say
to say
this.
this,
But
but
I
I've been
missed the
thinking about the
podcast.
podcast.
I don't know. There was like a weird I don't know. I'm telling you, I've like learned to kind of like listen and kind of like I don't know. I sound like a fucking weirdo, which I
No,
am.
well,
But
listen, that's your intuition.
yes, it was like just coming to me. I would randomly sit around my house and my brain is always fucking talking, but it would randomly talk to me as in like get in this podcast. Maybe you and Melly should go back. Maybe you guys can talk about this. Maybe you guys can change it. Maybe. And it kept coming back. And I was like, why the
Let me
fuck is
just
this
say
a maybe?
it. Just
Yeah,
fucking
like,
say
let me just say
it.
it. And here we are.
And I was like, oh my God, yes. Literally, that was like all caps what I said.
It
I'm not
was.
just reacting
We
right
will
now.
show you the
Yeah,
messages.
we'll post them. We'll put them in the stories. We have to remember to do that.
We were very dramatic about it because we
Yes.
both got very excited. I
And
mean,
then, well, apparently, both of us were telling our partners about it too
we
because,
were,
or
yes.
well, they had message. They had told us because Jose to me was like, "Why don't you and I do a
Yeah.
podcast? Let's do a podcast or do one for yourself." And
Yeah. Lewis said the same thing.
I was like, I I never said no. I was like, that could be cool,
Sorry.
but at the end, I was like, I want to do my podcast with
Yeah.
Susie. I
Yeah.
want to finish what we started.
Yeah.
Like we had this big, and I don't want to say big following as in, oh my god, we were so popular,
No.
but we were across like borders. Like
Yeah. And like it just felt good. It felt nice. It
yeah,
feels good to be
having
back,
something,
honestly.
and I think also I kind of just missing seeing your fucking face, bruh.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I did this way,
Yeah.
I also felt like every time we recorded an episode, that was like just
A
another,
bonding
yeah,
moment.
it was,
Yeah.
and I like that. I love you.
I love you too, bitch. So much.
So I'm really happy that we decided, to come back and to
Yeah.
do this. And I know we keep saying it, but it just feels so good,
It
man.
feels so unreal.
And like things just kept lining up.
Yeah. And like
And
working in our favor.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like I just got. She just finished really at the tail end of being sick. I'm
Yes.
also at the tail end of being
Yeah.
sick. Sorry in advance.
Yeah. The coughing and the sniffness.
It's our first episode back, and we've got the sniffles.
Sorry, I'm sure y'all sick too. Hands up if y'all sick.
But it just it just everything, even the space, the studio space, lined up
Yes.
perfectly for
You
us.
guys have no idea how outstanding it feels to be in like an actual, let's say,
Yeah.
studio
Uh-huh.
room.
Yeah.
It
Instead
just
of,
our house.
our house or
Yeah.
hanging out on the couch or
Yes.
in the bedroom.
It just feels so nice. It feels
Yeah.
so professional.
It is, you guys. You can see the pictures. It's
Yeah,
up
you'll
on
see the
Instagram.
pictures.
We'll definitely share those.
Yeah.
So I think we'll call it a season. This season, you're gonna get a lot more of Susie and I.
Yes.
Maybe eventually we'll have a couple of guest people on, people in our
Yes, I think
lives.
so
Just
too. Yes.
that's another thing. When we were trying to find people to do episodes,
It was hard with the
hard with the
topics. Yeah.
topics, and it just wasn't I guess not the kind of engagement that our audience was kind of like
Aiming for.
either.
And I feel like it didn't feel natural. Like I want to say that I'm sure to you it did because you are a perfectionist and you love line by line. Not that we were reading
No, we
out,
weren't
but
reading, but
there was a
there
lot
was a lot
of
of research.
yeah, a lot of research, a lot of note taking, and a lot of okay, let's go back and re-say this. And I feel like
Yeah.
that takes away.
Yeah, man, listen, when we started talking about this, that, I was like, oh my God. And she was like, Melly. And I'm like, no.
Melly.
Immediately in my brain, I'm like, no, because I already know. I knew that once she said she was ready to talk about the podcast, that the podcast was not going to be the same.
Yeah.
I knew that.
We
And I
both
was
knew
okay
that.
with that.
Yeah.
I felt like it needed to be different.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, okay, I like that. No rigidity with with the topic, exclusivity, we can just talk and have a conversation, explore our thoughts,
Yeah.
explore the world together, whatever. I'm cool.
I'm
We're
cool,
good.
baby.
But then this bitch fucking tells me, I think we should do it no editing. I'm like, excuse me. I said, what? Sorry. No, I'm not doing that. I don't think we can
She
do
did.
that.
She
I
panicked.
did. I panicked
She panicked.
immediately. I was scared. I was nervous. I was nervous all the way up until we pressed record. I fought it a little bit
She did.
and I lost, obviously.
She came back to it. That's why she lost.
I did.
Because I was gonna allow it. Like I was gonna accept her. I don't
Well,
want to do this.
I wasn't unwilling or
She wasn't.
unbending. I said,
But
let's
we'll
try it.
it. Yeah.
We'll try it. We'll do one, and then maybe if we feel like we need to, we'll record another one.
Yeah. But I really don't think we should.
Yeah. I don't think we will.
I don't
She
think
was
we
pretty
should.
clear about that. I mean, before we started, before I hit record, I said, "You really think we'll be able to do this in the first take?" And she, without missing a beat, said yes.
Yes. No hesitation.
Yes. No hesitation, no concentration. I'm sorry.
No hesitation. No concentration.
I don't remember what that was. It was fucking game, one of those hand games.
Oh, I have
No
no idea what the hell you're
concentration.
talking
No,
about, but that's
comment if you
okay.
remember that because it was a very panic riddled game because you'd have to come up with things like let's say we were doing the alphabet and we were doing cars. You would have to do A Acura,
Oh
B
shit, I like those games
Bentley.
though.
See, I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but
Yep.
this was like you had to have like you had like 2 seconds. If
Damn.
not, you get lost. You lose.
I don't like that.
Yeah, no.
Give me anxiety.
Exactly is what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
So, let's see. What's our timer say, ma'am?
we are at we have 24 minutes left.
So basically halfway through.
Yes.
I think it's time for
A
a
mini deep dive.
yeah mini.
Did I
deep
just steal
dive.
your thunder kind of just now?
No, you could steal my
Because I
thunder,
kind of feel
baby.
like I wasn't sure if you were going slow because you wanted me to finish it, or if you were going slow because you were having a moment.
No, no,
You
no.
know.
I was just going slow because I was kind of waiting for you to say it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So, our mini deep dive. We decided that at least for 5 minutes, we're gonna do a little deep dive about something that we
Oh,
spoke about today. Can you be careful, please?
I'm sorry. That was my charger falling out.
So today's topic will be weddings.
Oh.
So let's see. Give me a crazy question that you would want to know about weddings.
About weddings.
Something crazy.
Something crazy. Listen, the whole fucking experience is crazy. Okay? Just knowing that people book their fucking vendors and venues a year and a half out gives me extreme panic. That is crazy.
This mini deep dive will definitely give you panic.
This it will because dude, okay, so I'm like, all right, we'll have the wedding next year. Cool? Yeah, that gives us time. No, a lot of these fucking places that I'm looking at are already booked. They're already booked for fucking a year out. And I'm just now trying to book it now. Okay? I don't know. What else is crazy is that these fucking venues will say, yeah, you can bring your own vendors and then charge you a tax for not using their vendors. Their preferred vendors is what they're called.
Jesus
And
Christ.
that tax is upwards of like $600, $700 per outside vendor.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I was talking about some shit yesterday during Raw to Marquise about the fucking wedding. Okay, and he's like, well, hurry up or whatever." And Yesenia's like, "Dude, what you wanted to just shit out a wedding? This shit, like it takes time. It takes planning." He's like, "I didn't even know half the shit that all this shit goes into planning a wedding."
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's the most expensive wedding dress in the world.
Shit,
Give me a guess.
$1 billion. All right, that wasn't a real guess. I'm sorry. 2 million.
$31 million.
Fuck.
It is a dress by Angela's Baby. That sounds crazy.
That is crazy.
Also, one more mini deep dive. How long do you think you should take to plan a wedding?
I don't know, 3 years in advance.
It says 12 to 18 months.
Excuse me?
So it sounds like you have the
Excuse
perfect amount of
me?
time, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Yes. Isn't that exactly almost the time frame that I gave you? Like,
Yes.
I mean, I'm like, we have to start now because we
Yes.
need more than a year, 15, 16, 18 months.
Yes.
We're
true.
there.
Yeah. Some of these, man, listen, this is not like we don't have any sponsors, okay? We
This
don't.
is
It's true. This is
a
just me
paid by
saying-
pocket wedding, y'all.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about for the wedding. I'm talking about what I'm about to say, okay? They're not our sponsors. We don't have any of those.
Oh, yes.
This is just me as a bride to be talking. Zola has made my life so much easier.
Yeah.
Zola and Susie. Sula. I don't know, man. The both of them, because she's basically my wedding planner. She's like doing everything right now.
I'm trying.
And Zola has kept me organized. So if you're like a bride to be and you're looking for something, don't do the knot.
Don't do it.
Don't do the knot. It's so complicated. It's so complicated.
Are you guys hearing? Don't do the Knot app. for your
Yeah.
wedding
Use
plans.
Zola, even
Use
though
Zola.
they fucking bum ass because they have their app is only for iPhone. I have an Android. I can't use it.
She's been using it off mine or the website.
Yes, but the website is super like comprehend. You can use it. I don't know. I don't know if this is part of a deep dive, but I'm just
This is
saying.
definitely part of the deep dive, y'all. Go
I'm
on
just
Zola if you
saying.
have a wedding or coming up wedding,
Please
or
use
if you're a
it.
bridesmaid that needs to help your wedding
Yeah,
lady.
dude, suggest Zola. Definitely, because it is honestly very helpful. As a matter of fact, Zola, sponsor my wedding.
Yeah, Zola, you hear us? The book. Everybody hit up. At Zola.
Oh my goodness.
And we're back.
And we're back. That
Well,
was I feel like we have a couple of different things, right? We have mini deep dives, and I feel like we also have little mini detours. And
yeah, we have a lot of
I feel
ADHD
like the
issues here.
deep dives and detours, okay? I'm just
I
saying.
love it.
Yeah, we that was a little deviation because I feel like it. What constitutes a deep dive? We should talk about what that looks like.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like what we're just gonna take something and kind of just go in on it
I
for a little
honestly think
while.
so. I think that's just fun. I think I picked wedding because that was like one of the first things that we
I
kind of
panicked.
mentioned.
I'm gonna be very honest.
Yes, you
That's
looked at
why.
me like a deer in the headlights. So I was like, okay,
Yes,
I'm gonna pick
yes,
weddings.
I
Fuck it.
did. I panicked. But this is what this is about.
I was just gonna say, remember, you guys, we are fully raw here.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
editing. And like, there's no script. I mean, I tried to think of what to say today, like without sounding pretentious. Like, what can I say about myself
Yeah.
that like
You don't
it?
have to think of anything. You just have to speak. We're literally talking from our fucking hearts and our souls and all the weird shit that comes in our brains.
Yes.
This is random, but my brain won't shut up.
Oh,
Does your brain shut up?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So you're
I
not always talking?
no.
How do you do that?
I just stopped.
Okay, that doesn't work for me. I've tried
I
that.
think like you know what helps with that
What?
was meditating.
Yes, I have tried. I feel like when I go in the sauna and I meditate, I definitely get a little quiet.
Hmm.
But I feel like my brain is always talking. Like I'm always talking. There's
Even when you're
always,
not talking, you're talking.
even when I'm not, if I, especially if I'm not talking. If I'm not talking, my brain is
But
talking.
like, is what is it saying to you? Is it
So
like,
much shit. I'm like going through
all right,
scenarios.
give me
I'm
the
like,
top three things that are running through your brain
okay,
right now.
this, the kids, and working out. I need to work out. You want to hear what my brain says?
Yes.
Okay,
How you
one
do
minute.
it?
Ready? What should I do today? What did we eat? Did the kids eat? I need to work out. Like really, really bad. Did I pay the membership? No, I don't think I might pay the membership. Is Lila, does she have food? No. Fuck. I walked her this morning. She's good. I need to get her some food on the way. Oh my God, I need a shower. I haven't showered yet. Did I brush my teeth this morning? Yep. Did I brush my hair? Nope. That's why it's pulling on my head right now.
Okay.
Also, I have my period and I can feel my patterns. Gross.
Oh no.
That's my brain all the time, constantly. And sometimes it's like giving me scenarios. Like sometimes it's giving me things that have never even happened. Like if I'm like
Yes.
driving in a car or
Mhm.
it's kind of quiet, all of a sudden I'm like having scenarios in my head with friends, even you, like whoever the fuck, and like having conversations as if I ask you a question, you answer it, and I see what's gonna happen. It's the
I do
weirdest fucking
that.
shit.
I do that also. The
Okay, well, good.
scenarios, yes, for sure. It just I can shut up in my brain when I don't want to speak. Like if I need a moment of quiet, I think the I can't when I'm having like an episode, like
Mm-hmm.
anxiety. I can't. If I'm stressed about something,
Mm-hmm.
then the brain won't stop, but it'll be about that specific thing. It won't be like random.
No, my brain is
I
random.
definitely have like a file drawer up there. It's very organized,
No.
but I organize my freakouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll like, okay, this is what I'm giving my energy to right now, and this is all of the
Yeah.
about this thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I get to a resolution, and then I'm done. And I'm like,
And
okay,
then I'm done.
yeah, no, like if I get, it might take me a little while to get to the
Yeah.
resolution, but once I get there, it's over. I can freak out about the next thing.
Hmm.
But the scenarios, for sure. I think everyone has that.
No, I feel like I can't even like I can't be done with a problem. Like I still reanalyze problems that have already been fixed, like things I don't even bring up because there's no need to bring them up because they're
Mhm.
over.
Mhm.
I'm still like analyzing things that happen
Well, I
in like
mean, it's
high school.
natural. Well, that that whole meme that you every night I lie awake at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Thinking
I
about the
remember
most
how that one time I
embarrassing
was
moment.
embarrassed.
Yes. Yes, I have like those moments. I literally cringe. Like my whole body
Will
cringes.
tighten. My
And I'm
back
like doing
tightens.
the dishes and then I think about how I gave this guy a Valentine's card in like 4th grade and he like ripped it up in front of the
Oh
class and I felt
no!
ridiculous.
I hate that.
Guillermo, if you're out there and you're listening,
Fuck
you're
you,
a bitch.
Guillermo.
You look nice now with your kid and shit, but
You a
I
bitch.
hope you don't bully nobody no more.
Yeah, Guillermo, stop bullying people, man. Damn.
Nah, but for real, it's fine. I was weird. I always been weird, but
You
I don't
know,
know.
I don't like. What do you feel? Okay, this is I get weird and I think. What do you feel physically when you feel embarrassed?
What do I feel physically?
Yeah, have you ever acknowledged the sensations your
Mm,
body gives you when you're feeling embarrassed?
empty.
Empty.
Yeah, like a hole. Like I feel like there's something that was taken from me. I
Damn.
think it's the power thing because
Mhm.
now I'm humiliated and now I did
Yes.
something wrong. Now I should have done better. So now I feel less of. So
Mm.
it gets yeah. I feel
A hole.
cold, if
Damn.
anything. Yeah, stupid.
That no,
It's a
that's
lot of
wild.
power, but I shouldn't give. That's what I'm
Mm.
saying. I'm working on being weird and not giving a fuck
Mhm.
because it is so impacting to me when I do
Mm.
weird shit and I get that feeling of I did something embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How
I
about you?
get a burning.
Mm.
Like I feel warm. You know how in the cartoons when you're embarrassed you turn really red? You know,
Yes.
like I feel that warm. Like I
Oh,
feel
yes.
uh,
Do you feel
almost
your face getting hot?
yeah, I do. And
Yeah.
I do feel my face getting hot and then I feel like warm and then like you're about to leave. Like you'll leave.
Hmm.
I've humiliated myself now.
Now
You
you're gonna
see
fly
what I
away.
am. Now you're gonna leave.
You're like,
Y-
yeah,
you're just you'll never speak to me again. That's
yeah.
it. Like because there was so much pressure when I was younger
Hmm.
to perform at a certain level
Yeah,
that if I don't, I feel like you're gonna be disappointed and you're gonna leave.
yeah.
Like
I
that's
see.
that I that
I
was
see.
and it's such a weird feeling
Hmm.
to feel embarrassed
It is.
and like I want the whole for me the whole is the what I want to happen in the floor to swallow me because I don't want eyes on
Yeah, yeah,
me.
yeah.
I want to be gone.
You want
I'll
to
probably
disappear.
cry.
Hmm.
I am that, like if it's a small embarrassment, I will still feel like warm.
Yeah.
But if it's like a humiliation kind of deal,
Hmm.
you won't see me for a while.
Yeah,
Like I've completely rescinded from society, hermiting myself,
yeah,
and it's a wrap.
yeah. I feel like I wouldn't disappear, and I probably wouldn't even mention it, but it would be replaying. I don't think people would even realize that I was embarrassed because I don't think it would be noticeable. I think
But
it would
it would
just,
just
I would
you would
just,
know.
I would be walking around with a cloud on my head type shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Embarrassment? No, it's not even embarrassment. It's the anxiety of doing something wrong. It's the
Yes.
anxiety of, let's say, being fucking weird. Why? Why is it so problematic to say weird things, to do weird things, to be fucking different?
I think that's just it's just um a performance type deal. Also, maybe like trauma, because I
Yeah,
feel
for
like a
sure,
lot
for
of
sure.
people are okay with being who they are.
Yes, isn't that
Like,
weird?
yeah,
Can
like
y'all
you ever
tell me how you do it?
I think it's well, I don't want to say that people who are confident don't have trauma.
Yes,
It's just a specific type of trauma,
they found a
I
way
think,
to.
and they found a way to deal with
I
it.
think that's what it
I
is.
haven't found the way
Me
yet,
neither.
okay? Because everyone has trauma. I'm not, making anyone's trauma sound smaller or
Lesser, yeah.
whatever, but um my particular brand of trauma has not allowed me to find a way to be completely and unapologetically myself.
Like always.
Yes,
Yeah,
always, all the time.
I
Because
feel
I
like.
feel like sometimes when I go to my in laws, I have to be on,
Yeah,
or if I'm
mask
going,
on.
exactly, if I'm
Hmm.
going to the store, I have to look normal,
Yes.
like, if I'm going out, no one wants to see, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm now starting to dress my aesthetic
Hmm.
unapologetically. And I'll say that again. I
Yes.
like that word unapologetically because for a while it wasn't. But I feel like, Jose is so super accepting and he
Yeah.
loves he was a big titty goth girl. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I'm finding like little pieces to kind
Yes.
of match that and make
I
it
definitely see it. Yeah.
right a
Yeah.
little
You're
more.
definitely, I think I've said it multiple times. I'm like, look at your
Yeah,
outfit. Yeah, matching
I
and
try.
shit. I like that. It's like you're refining yourself
Yeah, I
without
like that.
the push of having to be perfect,
Yeah.
which I think is very
Hmm.
big now. It's okay to be weird, y'all.
Yeah,
It's just,
guys.
I feel like it also takes practice. I feel like I know some people are born with it, but I feel like
That's
confidence
crazy.
takes practice. I feel like we need to be challenging ourselves and practicing that no judgment. And like I'm reading this book, Let Them,
Hmm.
the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins, and it's definitely teaching me a lot. Like I feel like it's a slap in the face because I
Oh.
relate so much to it and I'm like,
Mm.
"Oh, I really have put so much control on people's thoughts and opinions of me.
Yeah.
Like I do more because I want to be looked at
A
differently.
certain way.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I feel
That's
like that's
definitely
just
people
because I want
pleaser
to, yeah.
attitude.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, like I want to please, but I also feel like I want to please because I want to be accepted. And I feel like that's unnecessary sometimes. Like we don't have to be
So
so perfect.
it's a new upcoming musical. It's called Epic the Musical. I told you about this. It's about the
Hmm.
Odyssey by George Hernan Rivera, I think. I don't know. But there's a song and it's the story of Odysseus. And there's a song in it where Poseidon, has a problem with Odysseus and it's called Ruthlessness.
Hmm.
And the whole premise of the song is ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. And I had to stop and think about it when I heard that for the first time because, like, what?
Yeah.
But I thought about it. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves because a lot of the times I feel like we put everyone else before
Hmm.
ourselves, especially as people pleasers.
Yeah.
Like we will run ourselves ragged for people who are not worth our time
Yeah.
just because of that wanting to feel looked at in a certain way.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to say no.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have to think of yourself
Yeah.
and say, fuck you. I'm drawing a boundary and it's not for you, regardless if you're hurt by it.
Hmm.
I'm protecting myself.
Yeah.
And to you, that may seem like I'm being a bitch. But to me,
I'm protecting
I'm
my peace.
protecting myself.
Yeah.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, and it's such a catchy song.
I've never heard it, but I'm definitely gonna
I'm
have to
telling you,
look it up.
you have to watch the
I
musical.
will.
But that song in particular, it's on Spotify. I'll send it to you
Yes.
so that way you can hear it. Um, but I think that so much, and I'm thinking, I'm overthinking right
Hmm.
now. I'm gonna own it, right?
Yes.
We're
Own it.
we're we're doing this, and I'm like, we spent a lot of time this episode talking about growth and all of that stuff,
Hmm.
but we're just catching you up. We're just
Yeah.
catching you up on what we're doing, and I felt like maybe we did too much, but it's
No.
not because
No.
it's literally us. We're just
Yes.
talking through our thoughts, exploring them, talking about the growth
Yes.
that we've had, and I just have to let it go.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm very proud of you for saying that out loud. Honestly, I kind of like. I'm very very proud that you said that because I also was thinking, are we doing too much? But I don't think so. I think we're doing just the right amount. And if anything, it's gonna get deeper and
Nice.
louder.
I'm so excited.
I'm very
I'm a
proud
little
of
nervous.
us.
I'm a little nervous still.
I'm still nervous, but we're basically done here for
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, we are. We have 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna
So
round up.
we can wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm I'm relieved. I'm actually really excited for our next
Our next
recording.
episode. Oh, we didn't. All right. So again, you got to give us a blithe, okay? We're just getting back. We're a little rusty. Okay? So we won't be posting weekly anymore.
No.
So it's not going to be 4 episodes a month. It'll be 2.
Yes.
We're going to be posting bi-weekly. That way, we give some breath in between episodes, especially
Yes.
since it's going to be raw, it's going to be uncut, unedited. Um, we need to just have in between. We want to engage with you guys more before episodes. So I think you'll see from us this season is a lot more engagement on our socials.
Yes.
So you'll see us a lot more of a presence on Instagram, on TikTok, on Threads, because that's new now.
Yes.
Susie just put me
Facebook.
on Facebook, all the things. We do want to engage with you guys, so I think giving time in between episodes
It's good.
will also give us time to interact more with you, give you
Yes.
more time, to interact with us,
Mm.
so that way we have time to put you guys, first. We wanna do that.
Yeah. You comment and let us know anything. You can email us at exploringthoughts with two S's at gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at underscore exploring thoughts underscore. That's our same name on TikTok and Facebook. Yes.
Yes,
And
I
on
believe so.
Threads.
Yeah.
Our first episode is tomorrow, which is for you, Wednesday, June 4th, 2025.
Ah,
Ah.
ah, ah.
Our next episode will be Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. This is season
Season
2,
2.
episode 1.
Yes, and it has been so great having your ears again. Um, so, without further ado, until next time, stay weird, stay real, stay you.
Bye.
Bye!